Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. I just got back from C2E2, so let's take a look. Alright, so C2E2 is now officially behind us. There came today. I'm recording this Monday, which will air Tuesday. I have just gotten home, unpacked the books. Let's take a look and see what we picked up. So, when I got there, first day of the con, Friday, the majority of my time was spent Friday morning running around trying to pick up. First pick up some exclusives. I was trying to get a sketch cover from Mirka and Dolfo. Unfortunately, even though I was like about the fifth or sixth person in line, she was sold out for the day. And after that experience, I just kind of gave up on it and didn't try coming back any of the other days. But I had a bunch of books I brought with me for signings. A lot of those books I had witnessed, signed, and they went off to be graded by CGC. A couple books I got back. I did bring back with me that I'm probably just going to send into CBCS and have verified because I didn't bother to go get a witness. One is Batman: The Adventures Continue Volume 2. This is the issue number 1, the 1 in 25 Amanda Connor variant. I had it signed by Amanda Connor. You can see I haven't even taken it out of the window bag I had prepped because, yes, even though I was taking them myself, I still prepped window bags. Punisher 2099 had it signed by Jimmy Palmiotti, and then he drew a nice little remark, Punisher head on there for me, which is kind of nice. Did that gratis. And then also from Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor, I had the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey. This is book 3 in this series. I have the first 2 already signed by both of them, and so took the opportunity to pick up the third book. This won't go off to get slabbed because, well, I didn't have a witness. It's magazine size, etc., etc. You know, CBCS doesn't do that, so who knows. And then I took a book with me, a copy of Marvel 1000 that was already previously signed by a few individuals. I was there, picked up a couple more signatures, picked up a Charles Soule, picked up Scott Hanna to add to Rob Liefeld, Greg Land, and I'm trying to remember who the other person was on here. But anyways, adding more signatures to a book. I have it written down. Okay, and the last SIG book I brought with me was this Joker Harley Criminal Insanity Secret Files. Had the opportunity with David Mack cover. I was able to have David Mack sign it, as well as Cami Garcia and Jason Badawar. So that was kind of cool. Some of the other books I took with me, some people kind of laughed. I had that Punisher 2099 for Jimmy Palmiotti, but I did one better. Keith Williams was there, and I had him sign my Ravage 2099 number 1, and he went into he kind of laughed at it at first, and I said, yeah, he's probably the only one you're going to get this weekend. And then he went into a nice story about working with Stan Lee, and that was the first time he ever got to meet Stan Lee. Was working on that book. So okay, so went in and hit up the Comic Mint, had some exclusives. This one here I picked up. This is Star Wars Insider Souvenir Edition, Comic Mint exclusive featuring the Mandalorian. So this book is apparently very hot and flipping like crazy, but it's for my sister. So off to the side it goes. Picked up because our buddy Gary B couldn't be there. There was a Red Sonja holiday special. So Gary, if you're watching this is coming your way, but you already know that because I've already talked to you. We picked up a copy of the limited exclusive, so that way Gary would have one. Also picked up a copy of Batman 118, the exclusive there. Actually, I grabbed 2 copies of it. And the Rose Besh Star Wars. This one was actually kind of a bit of a pain. This is a book I really wanted to get, and originally my plan was to have Rose Besh sign it. I brought some other books, had Rose Besh sign those other books, but Saturday, this book wasn't available. They didn't get them in yet. They were still at their hotel waiting for them to show up at the hotel or something. So they weren't available Friday at the con, so Saturday they hit the con floor and was able to pick one up. They were limited to one per person, otherwise I would have picked up more than one copy. There's a total of 1,500 copies released of the Virgin variant. There was a trade dress variant that Frankie's was selling. And then we picked up the Venom Issue 2 exclusive. They ran out of those on the floor. Matter of fact, there was only 2 left when I picked up my copy. Then I went over to Unknown Comics. They basically were there. They had all their normal exclusives, variants, whatnots. They're there. I really kind of dig the David Nakayama variants that he's been doing. And they're exclusive. There were a couple variants. They're not exclusive to the con anymore, but they were done for the con, and I haven't picked them up yet. So while I was there, I just picked them up, and the white version and red versions of these X-Men books. All right, that's enough of the newy stuff. Going through some just bins. Lots of vendors there, have bins of books and stuff to go through. I was picking up a few books that I said, oh, you know what? Let me grab these. I like this book. We'll throw it into the giveaway bin, or throw it into my next round of mystery box stuff. The Amazing Spider-Man. This is the 492. It's a J. Scott Campbell cover. How can you go wrong with Mary Jane and a J. Scott Campbell? If I don't have this one already in my collection, that'll go into probably the giveaway bin. Star Wars Legacy Zero. This Darth Talon is hot all the time, and this book is oftentimes cranking up there. Prince Namor, the Submariner, number 8, him versus the Thing. This book, I saw this and I was like blown away. This is just so clean, this black label and all this stuff, and I couldn't believe that they wanted only $40 for it, and I bundled it and got it for even less. And it wasn't until later that I realized it was a second print. It's still a great cover, still a great book. It's just not the great deal that I thought it was. I have a first print that's in like a 7.5, which is still pretty damn good for this all black cover. But I mean, this one just looked so pristine. But I don't even know when the second printing was done. Anyways, and of course, Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, we'll grab that, number 1. I already have one. Obviously, it's for a giveaway bin. And then Brave and the Bold. The Spectre and the Flash. Not a key, as I recall. Just kind of dug the fight between the Spectre and the Flash. And it was Brave and the Bold, and it was only a couple bucks. So grab that one. And let's see, another one. Secret Wars number 1. I was missing issue 1, and this one was labeled as a variant or a error. So there is a blue Galactus in here. So essentially, and I don't know if this is actually an error or not. I'd have to have number 1 to compare it to, and since would pick this one up because I was missing number 1 anyways, I'll just go to it. But essentially, here we are. Here's Galactus flying, and he's blue and silver instead of his purple that he is on the previous page. Matter of fact, that particular here is the previous page. He's in his purple and stuff. So that entire page, I don't know if it's just a color printing error or what, but I'll have to do some more research into that. But I figured for $30, I needed number 1 anyways for my run on the Secret Wars. And if it turns out that truly is some kind of error that is worth anything more than bonus. All right, let's get into you ready for it. That was just the stuff that was the appetizers, the stuff just to kind of wet your tongue, or wet your whistle, or get you ready for the main course. So let's get into some of these books here. Huh? How about start off? We'll start off some Golden Age. How about The Adventures of Captain Tootsie and the Secret Legion, issue number 1. You know I love aliens and ray guns and a Flash Gordon looking kind of guy. And issue number 2, with that rocket ship going and everything else, did some research on this book. So here's the deal. So Captain Tootsie was created by the Tootsie Roll Company. Originally, it ran as a series of like comic strips. And in the adventures, Captain Tootsie would need a pick-me-up or whatever and grab a Tootsie Roll and eat it, and kind of like a la Popeye, suddenly have strength to do whatever the hell he needed to do. And he ran around with some kids named Rolo and Fatty or whatever else, which were names of other candy bars and whatnot. Then they decided to actually kind of make them into more of a legit comic book. They made these comic books, and they removed or did not include stuff about Tootsie Roll candies and whatnot in here. So these are legit Captain Tootsie comics, not necessarily, they're not ad pieces, but it is the complete run. It ran for all of 2 issues, issues 1 and 2, and I started and completed a run all at the same time on a Golden Age sci-fi book with a little bit of American capitalism built right into it. Another Golden Age book picked up, Wings comics. Just loved this cover here. You get this fighter jet taking out this Jeep or whatever, and people bailing out. It's about Madam Hellhawk and the Ghost Squadron and all this other stuff going on. Wings is kind of a cool little thing, a little war cover. That's great. Price was right. All right, now we'll go into some Silver Age. You know I love me some mystery in space. So let's get into some of this here. So the day Adam Strange vanished, we got Mystery in Space issue number 97. Just a nice little. And Mystery in Space issue 96. Oh, a Space Cadet there on camera. Or Space Ace, rather. And issue 85. More jetpack action. And these are really nice books here. Now we get into this next one. These next 2 actually predate Adam Strange in Mystery in Space. Of course, we know that starts with this book here, which is issue 35, I believe it is. 53. I was right. Numbers dyslexic. I was reading it in reverse. So anyways, here we go. Mystery in Space, issue 23. Just a really interesting book. I got it mostly just because it was such an early issue. We didn't have any of the cover elements that you know I like. No bubblehead helmets, no ray guns, no rocket ships, no anything else. But we have chimps in space. And this one had a little COA on the back, talking about it being part of this Jerome Winker collection. Now, I'm not familiar with the Jerome Winker collection. I'll have to do some more reading on it to see whether it's an actually recognized pedigree or not. There's no pedigree marks on the book that I can see, at least not on the front, to note anything. So I don't know, given that these COAs are as useless as anything else in the world, it means anything. But I've had some of these in the past where somebody just tries to make a book sound cooler than it really is. And this one I love, though. Mystery in Space number 45. And as I've been looking at it, it's just dawned on me, it's kind of got some elements that remember from Brave and the Bold, the second appearance of the Justice League, but it's kind of this big robot thing, shooting a laser beam, people down below looking up, what do we do, what do we do? But we got bubble helmets, we got ray guns, we got a little space car, and we got a walker. Mystery in Space, look at those purples, just a beautiful Flying Saucers Over Mars. So that's a great book. Alright. Now, I went in to C2E2 not expecting to knock out really any of my ASMs that I was looking to pick up. I went there actually with the intent of trying to find a Planet Comics and then some of these Mystery and Space books. And I got a few Mystery and Space books. There was a lot of Mystery and Space books that were there, but they were just really not in great condition. So I left them. I didn't even bother. Planet Comics. I found probably maybe 8 or 9 copies of Planet Comics that were there on the con floor, and there were a few of them that were really good, including the Planet Comics number 7. But yeah, the pricing on them. I mean, Planet Comics 7 in a 3.5. I think it was they were asking like $4,500, and I'm not a player there, not at all. So I walked away with empty-handed on Planet Comics, but I did end up finding a booth that had a couple booths I ended up getting books from, but one in particular really helped with a chunk of the upper double digits, the 80s, 90s I was looking for. They had a bunch of books that were in mid to mid-high grade that were priced reasonably, and then they were running 30% all their priced books. So they were already priced about market price, so then you were taking 30% off of that, bringing it down well below market value, and made it something that I grabbed a bunch of books. So here we go. We're going to go from the top down, and that is I needed to complete of course, the 4-issue run of Amazing Spider-Man 96, 97, 98, 99, published without the Comic Authority code. I had 98, 99, so here's number 97. And Amazing Spider-Man 96. So that's the first one in that run, printed without the Comic Authority group. This notorious or infamous drug issue showing the evils of drugs. Don't do drugs, they're bad, okay? Continuing downward on the trend, how about issue number 94? The Beetle has in May, and retelling Spidey's origin. All these books are really good. I mean, when I say really good, I mean they're not really beat up. This book, for example, has like a small, if you can see, there we go, a small little corner crease. There's a couple little ticks. You know, all in all, they're probably solid 7.5 books. A lot of these, maybe even better once they get pressed. The color breaking is not going to disappear. Here's another great book, issue 93, featuring the Prowler. So this is one of the Stacy's or something. What do we do? Let's see what we got here. This one here should be ASM 92. So there we go. Iceman, Gwen Stacy. Again, really good condition. So that's a beautiful book. This time you're facing a pro webhead. I can't fight him now. Alright. Okay. So this is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 90. So this one's got, it's got more of a, it has white covers. It's got some dirt on the cover. It could use a cleaning. It's got, I don't know if I can get it where you can see. There's a little bit of a crease on it, but overall, it's good. I mean, this is our death of Captain George Stacy, right? So that's the key. Let's see here. Issue 87. Oops. Let me get that for you. Issue 84. Nice kingpin cover. So, issue 80. Issue 65. So these aren't keys. They're run fillers, right? So I was able to get them. I hadn't been in a rush to pick them up, and this just gave me the opportunity to pick up a bunch of books there. Now, after having done most, I picked up a lot of those. Oh, and then before I show off the last two, not in the sequence, I guess. There, let me. Amazing Spider-Man 250. Found this in a bin for decent price. All right. So Saturday, when I went hit the floor of the con, I made a conscious decision to pick up one of my significant ASM keys that I was missing. So I did my research, spent the night getting stuff tracked down in my head, figuring out what am I spend, what I'm looking for, and I went around the con floor and I looked at everybody's books to find until I could find a copy, and and a couple other things I was able to bundle to get the price to where I wanted to be to pick up Amazing Spider-Man issue 31, probably in a good solid mid-grade condition. So this is, of course, the first appearance of Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. I figured it was important to go ahead, and if I could find a copy at a good price, to pick this book up now, because this being such a significant key with those two characters, that it wasn't like its book's really ever going to come down. As a matter of fact, it's only probably going to escalate with the others. Then Sunday, the last day of the con, I did some walking around. Now, this book needs a cleaning. Definitely needs a pressing. It's probably about a 4 or 5 when that gets done. But needed to pick up one last book, ASM 17, the second appearance of the Green Goblin. So that's great. That was the ASM books. Just a handful of ASM books. Definitely made a huge hit on my ASM run. Really, I am now at the point on my ASM books that there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 20 so books left remaining on that first 100, and of them, overwhelmingly, the majority of them are expensive books. There's probably only about another 3 or so books in that run there that aren't uber expensive. So my ASM collecting is probably going to slow way down. Plus, I spend a lot of my disposable income this weekend. Last but not least, I did pick up one slab. What? You're right. All those books I showed off, I hadn't shown off a single slab. Well, I did pick up one slab while I was there. It was a $50 slab. It's 1959 Charleston Comics Space Adventures number 27, featuring Steve Ditko art. I had rocket ships, I have bubble helmets, and I have the legend Steve Ditko. For $50, I'm in it. So, easy to pick up. Easy pickup there. Whew. And you didn't even get to see the stuff that's going to come back when we do the CGC unboxing next year sometime, when that stuff comes back with all the signing stuff. So, Wow, what'd you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Me to tell you what you thought about my C2E2 adventure there. This stuff was all great, but really the real great thing was meeting a lot of the community of the circle of creators that I kind of tend to hang out with a lot, and meeting all of them and getting to hang out with them was by far better than any of these books. But let's be honest, not by much. All right, guys, until next time, collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including me, because, I mean, I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching, and if you like the video, why not thumb her up?